The Golden Crook boss has been reworked in this update, and after some testing and looking at the stats he has right now, I think on some levels he actually got nerfed. I think it's worse than before, and I'm gonna show you what I exactly mean with this. So, the first off is that it has less range, but it also has more fire rate. So, if you look at this range, it is very small. If you compare it to the previous, Golden Crook boss, which had 12 range at the start, you can clearly see the difference in range. The Crook boss has no range now when it comes to early game, but in the early game he is good. He is better. It will deal with enemies faster now. So early game wise, this tower is better. Early game wise, but people don't really use Golden Crook boss for his very first levels. For the level 1 and level 2, Golden Crook boss basically just gets ignored. No one uses those levels, I'd say. As you can see, is he gonna clear the boss? Yes, he will. This guy on level 3 shoots much faster. It deals much more DPS than it used to do. But there's a catch with that. It does cost a lot more than before, because level 3 upgrade used to cost only 2000, now it costs over 3000. It also has a guard limit of only 2, which before you had a limit of, of 3. Which is also another, let's say, a nerf. The limit kinda hinders this tower even more. I don't see the point of this limit. This limit just makes this tower worse. It does spam guards faster, but 5 seconds. But sacrificing one more guard, the guard stack, is just not worth it. Level 4 is objectively worse in every way to the previous Golden Crook boss. And what do I mean by that? If you compare the older Crook boss to the newer one, this Crook boss we have right now is more expensive to get. It deals less DPS on its own, and it has lower range. Pretty much everything is just worse. But it has one thing that is better than the previous Golden Crook boss, and that's being able to spawn guards faster. 45 seconds and 35 seconds, it's not that big of a difference. Crook boss before had 2 major complaints from the players. That being the placement limit of only 4, which Fire can only place 4 Crook bosses for some reason, and also this tower having very low range, which both of those issues are still present, and range issue is even worse than before. It's not worse by a lot, but it is worse, which is just kinda weird to see. Now, I wanna say that this tower is going to get buffed again later. It is confirmed to get buffed. But right now, this tower feels pretty much the same as it did before. There's not that big of a difference. It still has the stupid limit of 4. The range of this tower still sucks. Well, level 3 did get a buff. Level 4 just got nerfed. Yes, you can spawn those guards faster, but as you can see, I have all the guards present. No more I'm spawning in. So realistically, all it did was just have less DPS now with less range. That's what happens now. Mid-game wise, this tower is good, but the limits kinda hinders this tower, so you cannot really use it in the late game. This tower is only for the mid-game, which, rework didn't really change anything about Crook boss, I'd say. People who use Crook boss will still use Crook boss the same way they did, but people who don't use Crook boss will, use the tower in the same way. Nothing really changed about this tower. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. See ya.